Hey guys, if you've watched any of my past weapon light videos, I pretty much always recommend running a light on a home defense weapon, whether it be a shotgun, a pistol, a rifle, whatever you use. I think you should have a light on that. And I always say that if you're actually using it for self-defense or home defense, whatever, that it should be something from a reputable company, whether that be Streamlight, Surefire, Modlight, or even OLIGHT. I've had most of the OLIGHT weapon lights throughout the years, going all the way back to like the PL Mini, the PL Mini 2, the Balder. I've had the Odin, the PL Pro. So most of their lights, I'm pretty familiar with them. I've had this M2T Warrior for probably 6 or so years now and have had hundreds and hundreds of lights since then. And I still use this as my bedstand light, and I highly recommend this light. I'm not going to say the newer stuff because I haven't bought a lot of it, but what I love about this is that if you hear something in the middle of the night, you can turn this on and have a really low output. And then, let's say you're searching through your house and then you think that you see something, you can immediately go from this really low directly into the high or the turbo mode, and then you can even go directly into strobe from here. I love that about this light, that you can start off low, go right into the turbo from the tail, or you can just always have the turbo or the strobe if you don't want to start in that low. But this is an awesome light. They haven't sold them in years, but I think you can still find them on eBay. But this light here caught my eye and I wanted to test it out. I bought this. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was somewhere near the $50 mark. If I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen here. But this is the PL Turbo Valkyrie. It's only 800 lumens, so that's not the highest. Most of your Surefires and Streamlights are well over 1,000. This here is a little bit interesting. It has over 515 meters of throw. Again, the Streamlights are about like 230, 250 meters, so it's basically twice as much throw. Nothing else really on the box here. But in that $45 or $50 that I paid, they also sent this little like utility knife. I don't know, I probably won't use it. They also sent this little light here, the center. It's the I1R2 Pro. I don't know, I probably won't use that. And then some little cheap like jelly bracelet type thing, silicone, whatever. And I definitely won't use that. But I'm going to get everything out of the box here and then show you what all we have. They want you to open it up from here, and then there's like, once you lift this flap, there's like a little tab that you can pull the thing out. I just open mine from the bottom, that way it saves that. And here's what we have then. And there's that little tab that you would typically pull. Oh, what's that say? Read me. Please open the tail cap. So there's like a little film or something that's going to be over the batteries that are in there. So we got the light, some plastics around it. Get rid of those. And then down here we got, looks like another rail key, some type of Allen key. This is basically just saying that you can really kind of use your fingers to tighten this onto your rail. Like this will turn, but there's a little spot here that you can put that little Allen key in and turn it to completely tighten, or you can use a coin or anything like that. But you should be able to just do it finger tight. That little booklet there is just a whole bunch of like random like safety warnings and stuff. It said like do not give to a baby and just stuff like that. Here's the actual instruction and user manual. You can pause that and read all that stuff if you want. I'll just kind of quickly show you all the pictures here. I'm going to quickly go back to this little graph chart thing here. So it's 800 lumens, and that's for about 4 minutes, which is actually pretty decent. And then it'll drop down to around 400 lumens for that remainder of that time. This is what made me buy this light right here. 66+ thousand Candela. Even the really good, like the Streamlight, the TLR1 HL, which is 1,000 lumens, That's only like 22,000 or so Candela, I believe. So this is more than triple that. And again, that throw is more than double what most lights will do. IPX6 waterproof rating, drop tested to a meter. There's your weight, 4.4 ounces. Takes 2 of the CR123A batteries. I'm not sure if that weight is with, oh yeah, it does say right there, including the batteries. So 4.48 ounces with the batteries. And there are some dimensions for you. OLIGHT is a very reputable manufacturer. Some people dislike them, but they are still reputable. So I expect the quality control to be really top notch on it. This actually has like a, not quite a flat, but almost a flat finish to it. It actually looks really good. So obviously we have to unlock it. You twist counterclockwise to lock it clockwise. Back here's where we're going to change out our batteries if we need to. We need to pull that insulator off. PL Turbo Valkyrie. It is serialized. And then this is somewhat unique too. This is another reason why I wanted to buy this, is that this will actually slide just like their PL Mini 2 and the Balder, stuff like that, how they would move to fit a variety of different rails. This will do it as well. And you can see it comes with the Glock rail key right there, and I believe that the other one is a 1913. So the overall footprint or size of this is really no different than like a Streamlight, the TLR1 HL. The difference is that OLIGHT on this one was able to put a super deep reflector in here. So that reflector comes almost all the way down to here. And in doing that, they're able to project the beam so much further, and that's how they're able to get the 60+ thousand Candela on it. And here's the Streamlight. I realize it's in the package, but you'll still be able to tell that they're almost the exact same length. But you can see how the head right here, how much deeper that is than the Streamlight. And that's how they're able to get, 3 times the Candela and twice as much throw. All right, let's pop that battery film out of there. All right, that's out. And it shows us right there that we went positive on this side, negative on this side. So that looks correct. And then I'll figure out how to get this thing snapped back in. All right, when I open it to pull that little thing out, I basically went like this, and then the battery thing just popped right open like that. And you see how this is still down. You actually don't want to do it that way. What you want to do instead is when you open it up is to pull this all the way to where it comes open like this. Change your batteries or whatever, and then when you go to close it, it's in that position, and then you can snap it closed. So pull it all the way back. All right, we'll quickly go over like the user interface, which is very, very simple, and that's exactly what you want with the weapon light. Literally, it's got momentary or constant. If you want momentary, you just press either button, and then when you're ready for the light to go off, you just release that button. Again, either side. And that hotspot is pretty impressive. Look at that thing right there. You can see that there's a pretty defined wall over here where it's going to cut off at, but wow, that is actually pretty sweet. And if you want that on constantly, either button, you just tap and then release. It does have a strobe. Strobe is kind of wonky. I probably wouldn't use it anyways because you have to do both at the same time, which means you kind of got to reach underneath like your trigger guard, and then this is a strobe warning, but you squeeze both of these and then you're going to get the strobe. And then let's see if you can just hit one to shut it off. Yep. So both to turn it on, and then you can just hit either button to shut it off. And that's honestly it. And I'm recording this right now at almost noon, and I've got multiple lights on in this room. Oh, blinds are open, and you can still see just how intense this light is, again, in the middle of the day. So I'll show you guys this at night, obviously, but this is very impressive already. All right, I brought a couple guns out. No magazines. Nothing in the chamber. These are safe guns. This Beretta here, I have a hard time getting weapon lights to fit it. So because of how this is flared right through here, most weapon lights are going to be too big to fit up against this, and they won't go up and seat in there right. So I'll see if this Olight here will work, and then I also have it's a Taurus TX22, but it's basically the exact same dimensions as a Glock 19, so you guys will see what that looks like. So in order to adjust this to these different spots, you see how there's like 3 dots right there? You have to first push this out, and it kind of releases this, and then you can move this to whatever position you need it to go to while that's out. And before I mount this, just so YouTube knows, putting this on this pistol does not alter this pistol in any way. It doesn't make it do anything different. You can see I'm on position 1 there. And if I try going there, you see what I'm saying? It's hitting that already. So let's try position 2. Position 2 still will not allow that to go up. Let's try position 3. I was hoping it was going to work on this, so we'll see. Actually, that does fit. So position 3 is going to work. Let me get it tightened on there and we'll see what it's like. So the further back that you have to mount that, like so I'm on position 3, the further forward it kind of pushes the rest of the light. And I will say it's almost a bit of a reach right now on my strong hand to get it. I can still get to it, but it's not as comfortable as what I'd like. My offhand, I can slide down and get to that pretty well, which would be the one that I would normally use anyways. But if I wanted to keep it on this pistol, that's pretty much as far back as I can go with it. And we'll check it out on the TX22 next. Again, completely empty, no magazine, no ammo anywhere around. So on the Taurus, I'm able to go in position 2. I'm on those little like 3 dots, and it definitely comes back to the trigger guard better than what it did on that Beretta, and I can obviously reach those controls way easier. So again, this is Glock 19 kind of dimensions, so that's kind of what it should look like. Again, you are going to have, you know, probably close to an inch sticking out beyond your muzzle. Some people like that, some people don't. But yeah, overall it fits on there nicely. Super solid, just with finger tight. I mean, there's no rock side to side, no front to back, nothing at all. So my plan for this PL Turbo is to actually replace this light here from Through Night on my sub 2000. This one is rechargeable, and it seems to have some kind of parasitic drain. I'll fully charge it. I'll put this gun away and I'll get it out, let's just say a month or 2 later, and I'll go to turn the light on and it's completely dead. And I even like turn the head to prevent any type of connection or whatever, and it still just drains all the time. So it's not reliable, even though I like it. I'm going to replace it with this OLIGHT. And again, just so YouTube knows, no magazine, and obviously nothing in the chamber barrel. And when I do some nighttime comparisons, I might do these 2 lights here. So you see, this one's supposed to be 900 lumens. This one is 800 lumens. So technically you would think this would be brighter, but you'll see that the 60,000 plus Candela out of this will just completely wash out anything that's coming out of this. Mounts up on the Kel-Tec sub 2000 nicely. Gives me plenty of room here to keep my fingers exactly where I like them. And then I can take my knuckle and basically activate that exactly how I want to. So if I just want the momentary, I can just do that. If I want it to constantly be on, right from in here. So I love the paddle style weapon lights. They just always work well for me. And with it being on the underside of the rail, it won't affect, you know, this rifle's ability to close at all. So as you can see, it stays on there nicely. All right, so up next, we'll get some nighttime comparison shots and then get out to the range with it. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the Through Night 900 lumen weapon light first. Kind of pay attention to the corner over here where this lamp is. All right, and now I'm gonna show you the OLIGHT Same corner. And now clearly that is significantly brighter. Even though this is supposed to be more lumens. I mean, I have them both on here at the same time. And that's the OLIGHT. Clearly there almost is no comparison. And you'll really be able to see this whenever we get outside. All right, hopefully this will let you guys see the difference between a high candela light and a low candela. So I have a driveway light on here, and then there's a house light on over here. But I want you to pay attention to this tree that's right here. This will be the through night first on that tree over there. And let me show you the difference of the O light on it. So again, if that were someone standing there, you could identify them a whole lot better, especially if they had something in their hands. With a light like that versus that. Here's a different tree across the street. It's probably about, I don't know, 80 feet or so away right now. This is the through night. And again, you can just see how much more that illuminates directly on what you're trying to look at. All right, guys, out at the range here today with this OLIGHT PL Turbo. Probably going to put maybe 50 to 100 rounds total through it. I don't anticipate any type of problems at all with it, but we'll make sure it doesn't flicker, make sure it doesn't shut off, anything like that. So as expected, there weren't any issues at all at the range. No flickering, no shutting off. Everything worked as it should. You know, unless your barrel is probably in the neighborhood of 5 inches or longer, this is going to definitely stick out beyond the end of your muzzle. So you are going to get a lot of carbon buildup on the end of this. You can almost see it just from the 50 or so shots I did. And then the glass, the lens is going to get a lot on it. What a lot of people will do is take some chapstick and put on that before you start shooting. And it makes it cleaning a whole lot easier. And hopefully seeing the nighttime shots gave you a better understanding of why Candela is so important with the weapon light. Because in theory, this is 900 lumens, that's 800, that should be brighter. But because the Candela is just so much higher on the OLIGHT, you could see that it was significantly brighter than what the through night is. One thing that I did not mention earlier in the video when I put in the CR123A batteries is that this will work on rechargeables as well. So if you have the RCR123 batteries, this will work with those. And another thing I didn't really talk too much about is if you do need to change out that little rail key, you can see that one's set up for Glock right now, and that works for most of my pistols and rifles and shotguns and stuff. But they include that little Allen key, and you literally just take that screw out right there, pop in the other key, which is the 1913 key, and then just tighten it back down. And again, they include the Allen key to do it. It's a real simple process. So it looks like normal pricing on this PL Turbo is going to be right around $90. I paid right about $50 during the flash sale or fan day sale or whatever it was called. But even at $90, it is definitely worth it. I would highly recommend this light. Pretty phenomenal, the performance of it. I can't say with 100% certainty that it's going to fit holsters that are designed for like the Streamlight TLR1, but I think it will. But yeah, overall, it is built really well. There's a lot of ingenuity with this sliding rail system here. And like I said before, the performance on it is really pretty incredible. The only thing it doesn't have that some similar lights have is a fast way to lock it out. Like this, you can't turn the head or anything like that. So if you're afraid of like putting it in a bag, and something just kind of pressing down and accidentally turning that on, you will have to remove, those batteries. But again, that only takes a second. So yeah, if I can find an Amazon link from either the OLIGHT store or another reputable retailer, I will leave that down in the video description. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below as well. And that is going to be it on this one, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.